Alright, guys, so got another one for you. I highly recommend this to a lot of anyone that enjoys any type of action, Japanese television. You guys really, you gotta watch The Last Samurai Standing. So, it's on Netflix, obviously, 6 episodes, about 45 minutes, maybe to like close to an hour. But the entirety of this show is based around the late 19th century. You have where the samurai persona is coming to an end. New government is taking over, and we have where the samurai are summoned to a temple to compete in a tournament. They don't know what it is, and it turns out to be a battle royale. Again, if you guys have seen the trailer, and most of them don't know it's going to be a battle royale until the one that announces everything to be like, hey, this is what's going on, these are the rules, and you can't take off your wooden necklace that we give you because it's considered a point. And basically you got to take everybody out to make a point so you can go on to the next town, so you can be allowed to pass through, because whatever this organization is, it's heavily funded, and there's about 200 and I think 90 something samurai or warriors, and it's focused on one character who was a massive warrior. He left the war after a lot of his men died, and then he and his family are trying to live in peace. Unfortunately, his wife and daughter have cholera. He loses his daughter to cholera, and his wife could be next, so he's like, okay, 100,000 yen, bet I'm going to do what I got to do. And he suffers from massive PTSD, obviously, and he has issues trying to draw a sword. He doesn't want to draw a sword, but then he has no choice when he sees a younger girl who's participating in this tournament, and he kind of takes her under his wing and protects her, because he sees his daughter. He's a family man, but at the same time he's still a warrior, and so they have to work together. And throughout the show, we see how he has a past along with these other characters who were raised in these mountains to become trained killers, and he considered these other people his siblings. And when their master decide, hey, y'all got to fight for the crown, he ran, and that's why he didn't want to do that. And then his one he considered his younger sister blamed him, and then they reunite, and she's been running from the one that has been hunting them. Which, I'm gonna say this right now, this guy is literally like an Onryo, because he reminds me so much of Michael Myers. Like, he just goes very slow, and this guy's participating in a tournament as well, mind you, and he's been hunting the ones that got away. And it's like the main character, the one he considers his younger sister, and like 2 to 3 others that apparently survived and left. So now it's up to them, and they've been trying to get ready to fight in this tournament against this guy. And then you got another character who's just a savage, man. You got this one, he's just a massive savage. He loves to fight. He's a bloodthirsty tyrant. And then you have other characters that we get introduced to, especially the younger girl, that her mother developed cholera because she was a priestess, and she was trying to help people with cholera, especially children, because cholera around this time is just severely bad. And the daughter's trying to get money. Then you have this other character that's he's kind of playing both sides. I mean, he's kind of out for himself. I think he's trying to see who's going to win and kind of play the game. And we got another character who wasn't ready to fight, but he was willing to, because he knew that if he didn't help his father, he was going to lose everything. So again, everyone has a story about why they're doing this. There's a lot of skilled martial arts in here. The choreography in this show is fire. The choreography is amazing. The story is amazing, because it goes into a bigger plot about this battle royale, where it's not just, oh, hey, let's just have a battle royale and someone wins. No, it's basically a huge plot, because we have where, come to find out, the chief of police is funding the whole thing, because he did not agree with the new leader for the new lord of him basically saying, instead of getting rid of all the samurai permanently, he asked him to offer up their swords, because they're not going to have nothing to offer now because of what they do, because of their code. Now, he didn't like that. He went to Europe, tried to find new types of ways to for law and order, and the Lord led him. And then as soon as that happened, he found other ones that were funding. They were able to get guns. They were able to get other people to be able to fund this. This is basically killing the samurai in an undercoat way. And then he finally gets rid of the Lord himself after this guy does everything he can so that we can get what he wants. And it's really funny because, again, it's always someone close that is undermining someone in power, because the one in power may be a good leader, he may have good morals, good values, but there's always going to be someone that's not going to agree with him. And that's pretty much what's going on. So now, with the way the show ended for this season, and hopefully we get a season 2, I'm praying we get a season 2, we have where these siblings that were going up against that one character, they're going to have to search for everybody so that way they can go up against them together. And then we got these other random characters that are going to be alone. And then at the same time, we have the one character that made an alliance with our main character to where he can't be trusted. I mean, we already knew he possibly couldn't be trusted. I mean, he's an interesting character, but he plays his own game. He's playing the game to see who's going to survive. And I will say this, again, you can watch this in English dub if you want to. That's how I did. You can watch it in subtitles, which I would recommend as well, because I watched a little bit of that too. But the choreography is amazing. The acting is amazing. The story progression is amazing. The character progression. The scenery is gorgeous. Let me rephrase that. The scenery in this show is gorgeous. It really shows you how Japan was back in that time frame. And I'm just going to say this as well. The actors and actresses do very well in this. And I don't know if it's just me, but it really gets you, like, within the first episode of this, again, if you're a parent or you're a family person, the first episode of him losing his daughter, dude, that got me in my feels, because how would you feel if, you know, you're in this time period and your wife and child has this disease and there's literally nothing you can do about it, and you have no money to get them some kind of medicine to help them, and now you have the one chance that you have to raise your sword again just so that way you could get them money and medicine. And it's a lot to take in. And then you have another one that her mother has cholera. Again, cholera is very bad during this time period. And all this is a government ploy away, if you want to get technical, to get rid of the samurai. And some of this is almost reminiscence to the movie Last Samurai with Tom Cruise, which was a good movie. That's one of the main movies with him I like. But again, this is its own story, its own characters. And I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. There is flashbacks, so you have to pay attention. So it does connect to all the characters at some point, and it also goes into the future of what may happen in this story. And I'm praying it gets season 2. I really do. I want to see a season 2. I'm not sure how we're going to get a season 2, but hopefully it does very well on Netflix. From what I'm seeing, it possibly is. But again, don't stop this show. If you like Shogun, you like Vikings, you like I'm trying to think what else. Other stuff like that. Definitely check this show out. Give it a shot. And I promise you, do not sleep on this show. It's a badass show. Great acting, like I've said, and more. Let me know what you guys think about The Last Samurai Standing. I'll see you as always on the next one.